What's up?
Welcome to the Century Club.
Yeah. We made it.
This is the 100th episode of On the Back Hash.
Crazy, man.
Nuts, man. We made it. I figured as busy as we are and distracted as we get, we wouldn't have.
I'm surprised we lasted this long.
We got to 10. I'm like, hey.
We're committed now, I guess.
Double digits. But once again, welcome everybody. This is another episode on Back Hash. We're going to talk about the pageantry arts and things of that nature. My name is Ted. Jones with me today is Chris Will. Zach is in the woods of Pennsylvania. Like
deep in the woods. like I don't think we won't hear from him forever. Like no. Crossing the Delaware, like Washington and all that good stuff.
Yeah. He got invited to this really cool camp. I mean, Zach's really big into like technology and things of that nature, which is funny that they're doing a technology camp type deal in the woods. But here we are.
It is what it is.
Yeah. So, but he's enjoying himself. He'll be back. Maybe the next episode. Maybe not.
Yeah, I think he comes back at the end of the week. I think, if I remember right.
So. But yeah, either way, well, he'll be on because we gotta make our bold predictions next week.
Yeah, we're there, man.
We gotta really make our bold predictions.
Tell them make it in the woods.
Right, yeah. You better climb a tower.
Get on for that. Get on for that second.
Yeah.
Get on your phone, just.
Spiders. Find your tallest tree, climb up in it.
Yeah.
Running from a badger.
Right.
Just call in. We'll put you on like speakerphone, or just yell loud enough for my microphone to pick you up. I'm sure.
Yeah, I was like, he could pick you up.
So, but besides that, man, everybody doing okay? Besides melting.
Hey, man, it's hot.
Jeez.
I'm pretty sure we got close to triple digits today.
It felt like
not,
that.
Yeah.
It definitely felt, and it's going to get worse. I think as the day of this recording, today will be the worst day.
But I think I saw Thursday we're finally supposed to get back down into the 80s. Mm-hmm. I think
that's gonna feel like winter compared to what it's been.
I keep trying to tell folks. Folks gonna stop hating on Washington, bro. y'all stuff is by far worse.
Who's hating on Washington though?
Everybody has. The first thing most people say is they just get to crying because it rains all the time. It don't even rain nowhere near as bad as it does down south.
That's just what we hear.
It's not even close.
Like
that's that generalization.
Yeah.
Not even close. It don't even get that. It's high. I ain't gonna lie about that part. But it ain't y'all's high.
Dude, I think I'm about to sound like the old white dad over here. But it's not the heat. It's the humidity. Like I can't.
It is the humidity.
I can't. My body can't breathe, man. Like we were out there camp last week, man. And it was just like, I mean, just standing there.
Yeah.
I was just like, I can't sweat.
I can't. Wow.
like it's like my body. Like there's so much water in the air. It's forcing it back into my body. Like,
but I stand on business when I keep telling people. They look at me crazy when I say I will instantly trade humidity for dry heat.
Yeah.
It's not a contest. Because the only thing I can say y'all get is wind.
Yeah.
Well, it's been that hot wind right now, though.
Just here, it's just unpredictable.
Wind in general.
You just don't know what you're going to get here.
Because you might as well go sit inside of your oven and turn the fan off. And just sit in the oven with it on as high as it can go.
That's how I felt today cooking. I was cooking in the cast iron. It was like I was dying.
Dude, can't even wash dishes without sweating. I'm like, this is stupid. This is stupid.
Like, man, what you been doing, dog? I'm just literally washing dishes.
I literally walked to the bathroom.
Yeah, I walked to get some ice, and I'm sweating now.
I actually milked it before you can even crack it out. It's like, God, what?
It's like those old cartoons when like they have the water and like they try to drink it and it like evaporates before it gets to the mouth. Yeah. So
like, what is this? Why is it happening? Dear Lord, help us all. I'm gonna need all of Jesus right now.
I'm
I'm
so
surprised
glad
some of
that.
these groups ain't been getting hit like some of these drum corps groups.
They've been postponing shows back in like left and right, like
Mm-hmm.
pushing back hours or days. Or,
I'll be surprised if, like, to be honest with you, like, the Texas tour doesn't get moved to a different part of the like, because man, like they're down there in the hottest part of the year.
yeah.
That
Like
Texas swing.
there are people literally posting YouTube videos. This ain't like some live random TikTok whatever that can go away. No, they're putting it on YouTube forever.
Yeah.
Talking about the heat
Mm-hmm.
in Texas and all this other stuff, and I'm like, I don't know, man. It don't do nothing but seem like it's keep getting worse year after year.
Yeah, I think we're in like the one of the longest consecutive streaks of like 90-degree weather we've had, and like I can't remember how many years, but it's insane.
We've been lucky so far, but I'm still been knocking on wood that we won't see no forest fires on this end.
Yeah.
That part.
So there's a couple. I think there's a couple in. Was there like one or two in California? They got those contained. Yeah. I think. Wow.
They'll put restrictions on stuff, bro, when that stuff start happening.
That's good, though. Sucks. Don't mess around with it.
No, they don't.
All right. Well,
so, there's not a lot of other stuff to talk about besides what we've been talking about. All right. So this past weekend, we had a couple of big shows. Our one to watch was the Allentown show.
No, it was the Southeast Championship.
Southeastern Championship.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
I was like, when in Atlanta?
You gotta give you a chance to fix it. It's like, wow.
Immediately. Wrong.
No.
Like, Jesus. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Was the Atlanta show. Maybe it was a Freudian slip because the weekend did kind of feel...
There's a lot of pocket shows, man.
Let's talk about that for a second before we
It sucks, man. It was not fun. I'm gonna be honest with you.
So, for those that are kind of new to drum corps, or you know what drum corps are, but they hadn't really like followed like seasons and stuff like that. Like the Southeastern Championship used to be like just as big as the Southwestern Championship. Like San Antonio and Atlanta were the two big shows, and like everybody went to those two shows.
Like we went.
They did like before,
like literally.
We were going there before we started going to World Championship. So like before we started,
but we were stupid though, because when the one in Chattanooga, and then we themselves would drive the next day.
We went to
Murfreesboro.
Yeah,
Murfreesboro.
So they
immediately drive the next day. Like
we used to do they used to do the Tour Champions, where the top 8 from the previous year. That was for a little history lesson. Apparently, the Tour Champions, and there's a dude that did a YouTube video about the G7 stuff. And he said
that Dr. DCI guy, wasn't it?
No.
Okay.
No, I like a serious one. Like
okay, gotcha.
The dude, he talked about the G7 and all that stuff, and like apparently, like either a compromise or like something to that effect was the Tour Champions, were the top 8 groups from the previous year, which was pretty stable for a long time, would have these, focus shows at these places. So the Tour Champions was always the Masters of the Summer Music Games. I think they called it that too. They did one in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. So like the top 8 groups, and then maybe a core or two would go there, and then everybody else would go ahead and go down to Atlanta. So then the folks, because it's only about a 3-hour drive from Murfreesboro to Atlanta, I believe. So like they hit that show, get on the bus, and then everybody head down Atlanta. Me and Will Stupid Tail would go to Murfreesboro, drive back home to Kentucky, and then drive to Atlanta.
Now, see, the dumb part was driving back home. You should just went ahead and just
put it. it was so dumb, but it was one of those. Yeah, it makes the most sense because you're in the middle. It's like boom,
Yeah.
free housing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You
Not
ain't paying
paying
for
for
nothing,
anything. Yeah.
right? You're only paying for tickets, and that's it. And that's what made us do it. But
Yeah.
boy, when I tell you,
And that's what, like you
we
said,
did a
that's when
year. We
Atlanta
did a
had everybody there. Like,
yeah,
so you'd be there at like probably what,
like crazy
11
hours.
noon, something like that.
Yeah, it was like I think the show started like 10 or 11,
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. That's wild.
and it
we
was.
wound up doing all three, didn't we? I'm pretty sure
I think the first maybe
like
2
one or two
years
times, and then we was like,
we did all
Murphy's
three.
got to go
Yeah, like some may happen. Like I
because
think we nixed Murfreesboro,
we nixed Murfreesboro, and
and
then
then
we
Memphis.
wound up nixing Atlanta because it
Uh,
just got too much. It
yeah,
was like y'all doing the most here.
but it was. I mean, like I know one time we stayed in it. We got smart and we spent the night in Atlanta
Yes,
after the show instead of driving back. That
and I
midnight.
think that's what was the deciding factor why we didn't go no more.
Yeah, it was just like this is a little bit too much. So anyway, so all that to say, so they've kind of nixed the Masters of the Summer Game or the Tour Champions thing. They've done that over the past few years. And then I think the big thing was when Atlanta was out of the dome the first time. I can't remember what year it was, but they took it out of the dome. The first time it was because they got, I believe
It was
it was
double
a Toby
booked.
Keith. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I believe it
man.
was a Toby Keith concert.
Yep.
It got double booked, and so they moved it to I believe Georgia State, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And I don't think Coors like that too much because it wasn't a dome. So slowly, less people started going to the Atlanta show. And basically this year you had kind of like an Allentown situation where
Mm-hmm.
half the groups went to Atlanta and then the other half went to DeKalb, Illinois for a show.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, man.
They're gonna have to
This
really
week
look
is
into
always
that.
such a letdown now because you have like San Antonio, which is like a huge. It's the first time you see them together, and like I just missed the build up to finals.
Mhm.
Like it's like there's like a lull, and like Allentown's cool, but it's split between 2 days, so like you're not getting the same pop. So it's just kind of like I don't know. I miss like the build up that we used to have with like Atlanta being there, and like I mean, usually people just stuck together on the weekends after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not that anymore.
And there's usually a couple of shows after that. That's kind of interesting, but for the most part, it gets kind of.
I don't know
Go
because
ahead.
DCI is so much easier with it, especially around this time of year than WGI because you know WGI everybody can only get together at Worlds.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But other than that, DCI you're traveling. And once you get to this spot, like all these groups need to be neck and neck, like the season out, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like y'all need it just needs to be blood ever spilt everywhere.
Like I don't mind like the weekday shows if they're going different places and
I mean, yeah,
that, but like
but you need to have one big one at least somewhere where everybody's together,
Yep.
somewhere.
I think a lot. People talk about kind of the future of DCI, maybe going back to the way kind of the original was with regional tours, and that's basically what WGI is. Like it's a lot of regional tours
Yeah,
that that end up meeting at.
I mean, I feel like we're sort of close to that now. Besides like Boston going out
Mhm.
West Coast, like I feel like it's fairly regionalized now, which makes more sense to have the big regionals, like to have San Antonio, to have Atlanta,
So, but I would love to hear from somebody. I don't know who would tell me the rationale behind the folks that went to the Cal over going down to Atlanta. Like I just see if like that's true, or if they just like we just didn't want to go. But like you like to be compared to folks. I
Yeah.
would think so. Especially I mean, the season's made before before the end of the season anyway. But like, I don't know. It's interesting to say the least.
It's a when does these Texas shows start?
They usually start. Oh, the Texas week was last week, so whatever week last week was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is
That's
that the
San
third week?
Antonio.
Was that the third week?
So these are like the playoffs for DCI.
Basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like once the Texas show starts, we're in the playoffs, y'all. Y'all
Yeah.
need to be seeing each other.
Yeah.
All the time.
You know, if nothing else, because you know you're gonna get the head-to-head folks. You're gonna get people wanting to watch for sure. So it's just a matter of just like, why not? I don't know. But like I said, it could be finances. I don't know.
I mean, it feels like it would be bigger for certain venues and flow if you do have those big type shows. So I can imagine what do they call it? The viewership for the San Antonio, whatever.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it's.
That's probably their highest one besides championship weekend. You know what I mean? Like it's got to be up there.
So if anybody has any insider information,
yeah,
it's just a downer. I don't know. To me, it's just like, well, I guess we're gonna have to wait till.
I think.
Because I mean, we can.
The only saving grace was the fact that you could see both shows.
Yes.
You know, and it from our standpoint, you know, we got a lot of talk. There's some talking points because, you know, while we could figure out, we could try to, you know, a lot of speculation we can make. Why did they do this? Like, what's going on? Like, I don't, you know. So you know,
I've got a storyline or a point that we can transition into.
What you get
with this? People need to pump their brakes about scores. If we're going to go and talk about two different venues, let's go ahead and talk about that because a lot of chatter about the scoring distribution between the Midwest Classic and the Southeast Championships.
Yeah.
People getting a little too excited.
So excited
about what happened there. But like we said, it's not, you can't compare two different shows.
I mean, it's fun too, but
it's great.
Yeah,
but I mean,
but you can't. It's all within a grain of salt. Like it's
yeah. I'll say, I feel like people are so quick right now to write off, like they're ready to write off Boston for some reason. Like that's why I've been seeing a lot
because they saw Colts popped at 95.
Yeah.
And I think people blew up, and then they realized, well, Boston only got 93, and they had to deal with Phantom and SUV.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can see why they would do that, but just like you said, it's like y'all got to calm down.
Yes.
You got to realize this is two different shows, and how many judges at each show? Like 7.
I think each judge had 10.
10.
Yeah, it's double G and double
20 different
music,
judges.
Yeah.
So
who have varying different opinions, which is why they, you know, go to the panel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So don't, when you see your rankings and you see individual shows and stuff like that, be surprised, but don't allow it to overjudge like the realness of it, and make you not understand that, okay, y'all, it's two different, it's uncomparable.
Yeah.
It's uncomparable. It's like I'm not about to sit up here and compare a show that happens down for WGI in Florida for strike percussion and all them, and then compare them to a Dayton Whole House show where Rhythm X and somebody's at. It's like, you can't compare them two shows, bro.
Yep.
Come on, y'all. So here, don't like realize, like, who did Blue Coats go against? They had
BD was their main competition.
BD,
BD,
yeah,
Crown.
BD,
You can throw Crown in there a little
Crown,
bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can probably throw Crown in there. But hell, in the scheme of things, Boston had it worse.
See, yeah,
That's my thing is that they had you have 3 of the top 5 there, right?
Yeah,
and they all scored low. So like that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people are just like, "Oh God, Boston's there it is." There. I'm like, y'all need to take a step back.
Low as in what we were expecting them to score.
Yes, where the trend of the scores is, I guess, is what you could say. But I also want to make sure people understand this too. If you're new to DCI or maybe you didn't see DCI for a while, this is a very natural occurrence for scores either kind of plateau or kind of recede a little bit.
Because they are going head to head.
Yep.
There's a lot more head to heads now.
Yep.
So and to my knowledge, SCV brought some smoke that day.
I believe they did.
So they had to give them that number, and Boston had to come out and do Boston, and you see where that's at. So that's why I think that show was more tough.
That's why I was when I looked at it because we set up when we were talking about when we were going to do the live stream and stuff like that. I was just like, "Oh, wait a minute! The DeKalb show, the ones that we kind of need to be paying attention to, they're all late. This actually works out pretty well. So while it was a long night for us, it kind of worked out to where we could watch both shows and kind of get a good read on everything that was going on. And because we talked about at the Atlanta show, the numbers, we thought those numbers were low.
Yeah.
I think the bottom 3 or 4 groups were still in the 70s.
Yeah, that little middle tier, if I remember right, like Spirit, Crossman, Music City, all them, Academy, like all them, like I felt like when we heard those scores, we're like, oh man. And then like it just like took off. Like I think Spirit was at a 82. And then Crossman was a 79.9, which is, a lot of these groups are already kind of hitting 80s already, and it didn't happen. But then all of a sudden, it just like it got to Blue Knights and just took off.
Because it's like, I don't know. I don't really know how to put this because I didn't want people to look at it and be like, oh well, Colts and Devils and them, there was more people in the class and blah blah and stuff. But when you look at it though, it's like your first 5-point gap is between Blue Knights and Crown.
Yeah.
And you barely got a 5-point gap really with Colts and Phantom. Come on, y'all, from the other show.
Yeah.
So that tells me a lot right there with 7 grooves. It's like, you're telling me all y'all was that tight?
Yeah.
So, and the highest was a 93, the lowest was an 81. And you're talking about the lowest was a 75 to a 95? Golly, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
20
points.
So, it's tough, man, but this is why we were talking about earlier, man. It's like I really would wish that there were more shows where they all just had to just duke it out, man, because this is crazy.
Sid, you've already told your theory a couple times, but I want everyone to hear it again. What do you think needs to happen?
I've said a lot of different theories. I'm trying to think of which one.
The moving of the Southeastern Championship.
So, of course, the night before, like I said, they normally do the contest of champions. Sorry, I keep calling it that, but that's not contest of champions. That's a completely different thing. Tour champions or the Master Summer Games. They used to do it in Murfreesboro. Now, we thought originally that they moved it from Murfreesboro because they were having all those issues down there between like running out of water.
Which that should have been the case regardless, but
yeah.
Boo MTSU.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and other things. But apparently, MTSU was going through renovations. So because they were going through renovations, they moved it. But I listen to words and how people say things. And when they were talking about the DCI National show, and there's this like, and for our first time, the DCI National, like they kept saying they kept using verbiage that alluded to it's coming back to Nashville. So one, I don't know if MTSU will get it back, especially if it went well. I think the only complaint that I heard people have about the show in general was the cost.
Yeah, those tickets were too high.
I mean, I think we're going to World Championships for cheaper.
I wonder if it's because it was in Nissan.
That's probably it. Now, with that being said, I'm wonder if they're planting the seed to make when the new stadium, because Titans are getting the Tennessee Titans are getting a new football stadium, and I'm wondering if they're planting the seed to move the Southeastern Championship to Nashville and put it in that.
It'd be the smartest thing they did.
Which has a dome. Yeah, they have it'll well, it's not a dome, but it will have what they call a translucent roof, which I'm guessing is just like a roof that you can see through. Which because they want the city of Nashville wants that stadium to be like an all-encompassing stadium. So yes, the Titans will be housed there, but they're going to continue to do concerts there. Like they have big concerts there every year.
SEC Championship, Final Fours. There's
Super
Bowl. Yep, that's what they're gunning for.
They're trying to set it up to where they can get those things. And a DCI regional championship would just add to that list of things that they can put there because they're not going to need it all the time. They'll know every year when it's going to be, and it's only one Saturday, and it's not a whole lot of prep time. I might be biased, but it was really cool to see that Titans in the background.
I was taking pictures.
Cool. Yeah,
I even took pictures of Music City drum corps. I was like, well, look at this.
Yeah. So with all that being said, I think that's where DCI's headed, and it makes sense. You have a drum corps there in that city already, and it's Music City. Like the promotion does itself. Like the next thing they need to do if it's back at Nashville next year, get it on the radio station. Like I was so close to calling in on the sports radio station that I listen to all the time and be like, hey, do y'all know about this happening? Because like it's cool. And apparently teardown's it's not too bad either because the next morning Titans had a practice set.
Yep. Yeah, if you think when it's the indoor stadium, it's going to be turf.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to have the upkeep on it is like minimum.
Yeah.
Like you're literally renting it out for 2 days and you're done. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I want it back just because I want the Southeastern Championship to be the Southeastern Championship again.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, the downward trend you have after San Antonio, because San Antonio's huge, which it should be. Every right it should have it because, it's the first time we see everyone together. But then, after that, like I said, no one sees each other again together until prelims.
Yeah.
And it's just
not to the extent of like a San Antonio or
exactly
stuff like that. So
people see each other, but not the whole group.
Yeah.
Which that could be that's part of it too. That's if you're getting on the competitive side of things, maybe you don't want to see those people every single time, and then truly slot yourself. That's the other thinking of it too. I know they say slotting doesn't happen, but I mean if you see each other constantly nonstop, it's eventually going to happen.
Well, and that kind of begs the question too: do they know who's going through these contests before they sign up for them?
That's a good question.
Like we know, I know in Kentucky, we see the list because a lot of from high school marching band, high school marching bands don't even come up with that. But I know a lot of folks will kind of sometimes they'll wait till the last minute to see who's going to be at a contest, and then deadline 6 o'clock Eastern. They're sitting there at 5:59. Like, okay, here we go. Uh, just to make sure they get in. So I like I said, if somebody's on the inside that knows how that the scheduling works, like, I'm sure I would be willing to bet they get a list of the shows. Like, here are all the shows, and then they get a tour. But I'd be interesting to know if they know who's at a show before they sign up. I don't think anybody. I don't think DCI folks are ducking folks. I don't think they.
I mean, you never know.
Yeah,
especially if you're. Man, I don't know if you're trying to create some kind of morale for your group, and you go to a small show and say, "Hey, well, we can get third here, first here, or something like that." I don't know if anybody's doing that, but I'm in favor for this Nashville though, because if I'm mistaken, that's going to be the second biggest show under Lucas.
I mean, if you talk about Nashville, if it turns into it, oh yeah, I believe it will turn in. I believe it will be just as strong as San Antonio if it makes. Because going that stadium is going to be immaculate. Like it's going to be something. It's going to be something to where if the logistics work, like I said, I haven't heard anything about the logistics from this, but if the logistics work, like, I don't think they'll ever move it from Indy, but if Indy ever had
they did something crazy,
go through an innovation,
the quickest next best,
and they need to put it somewhere, it's a possibility. Because they're going to want it in the dome because they don't want to cancel. They never want to cancel.
Exactly. You don't want rainouts anymore, or too hot or anything like that. See, my thing, what Indy has going for it, in my opinion, when you think about these things, is that, I mean, it goes back to when Indianapolis got a team and they started building stuff. It was, we're going to get the Super Bowl here.
Mm-hmm.
That's where so like. Not only did they get the dome, but then the hotels, the restaurants, the amenities, all those things. Yeah, it was embedded. So when DCI comes in, that's perfect because like you got tons of hotel rooms that you can book because you don't need it. Not only just for Super Bowl too, but like these DCI, it's not just fans, but it's family, it's cores usually get put up for the night. Special times, that kind of stuff. There's a lot of people coming in for those things. The one knock that Nashville has is that they don't. Now that has changed a whole lot because the city's really trying to get a Super Bowl, and that's why they're getting the indoor stadium. But like that was a big thing. Hotel was a big thing, like enough hotel space for media and stuff. But like
it's all going.
Super Bowl, that's huge. But like for DCI, that becomes like a good spot to have.
It's going to help if it's all walkable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nashville's a great city, man. Like if anyone's ever been there before,
the drum corps crowd on Broadway,
boy,
I'm trying to
tell you. Crowd on
Broadway. Now that's what's dangerous about Nashville compared to Indy is that Nashville is very much a party town, very much so.
You try to keep a bunch of.
What's going to be wild?
22-year-olds on check.
What's even crazier is that you got all of them, but then you got all these bachelorette parties and all that stuff that's happening at the same time. This is a weekend. It's summertime. People are out. It'd be wild.
Go be listening, DCI.
So
just write it down. Just write it down.
So it could be really interesting. I am looking forward to see. Like next year, like if they continue to do that, because stadium's slated to open in 2027.
Yep.
So that gives DCI enough time to plan and get everything. I'd hate for it to leave Atlanta, but like if they can't get it back in a dome, it's
a problem, man.
And I would assume that Mercedes-Benz is super expensive. The car is super expensive. So,
that stadium is probably. It's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think that's anywhere close to what Titans are putting in. I don't know. I know, like I said, with the Super Bowl makes a big thing, so like they have to have enough space, like seat wise too. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll see. That's one thing that worries me, that like if they're priced out of Atlanta, would they be priced out of that stadium? But
I don't know. If Nashville enjoyed having them there, which I would think that they would. You want to use that stadium. You got to get that money
yeah,
back. So anything that you can get in there,
that's true.
They're gonna put it in there. I mean, if I was not to say anything, but if I was Tennessee, TNEA, or whoever runs their state marching band, because the data, it's weird. Tennessee's a weird state when it comes to that stuff. But I'd be trying to get mine there.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's a lot of money, probably can't afford it. That's a whole completely discussion that I'm not going to get into here.
We don't need to get into that one.
But yeah, so I don't know. But it is kind of like you said, Southeastern Championship, that used to be the thing that I was like, man, all right, they here, it's close, we can go. Because like you got schools
That's why I asked y'all that question in the chat.
All that stuff.
I was like, man, it's right there.
Yeah. So, wishful thinking. We can hope.
Yeah. I got another big storyline.
What up?
Another big one. This is the first year in, I don't know, ever that BD will not win a contest. Potentially. Yeah. Yes. Potentially not win a contest.
You know them. They will come up with something.
Yeah. There might be some wilder times, but yeah, at the moment, BD has not won a show this year, which is a big thing. The one chance they had got rained out, which sucks, man. Like, that's like the worst thing ever. So, I don't know. I'm feeling for those kids right now, man. They're out there marching. Like, that pressure is out there right now. Like, yeah. Like, not like, I don't think anyone's talking about it. It's like, okay, I think there's a good analogy of this. No one's talking about this, probably, around. But, like, it's like when a pitcher is pitching a perfect game, right? No one talks to the pitcher or tells them about what's going on or anything like that. It's just like, we're going to act like it's not even happening right now. But you feel that pressure in there. Like, I wonder there's a little bit of that right now with them.
Knowing BD, it may not be.
No,
and just because that's just BD. Because I remember even when they win, it's like they have the same mentality. It's so laid back. It's so like, I really don't have a word for it. Maybe carefree. Maybe like
for the activity,
and I think they know
medal.
that the program is like has a high demand, and they know these things, and there's a high expectation, and this, that, and the other. But I also think they know that, in theory, so does everyone else, and somebody's going to get good. People are going to get good, and these things are going to happen, and blah blah. And this is how just things work, and all they can do is press on. Because I think they have a fun show. I like what they're doing. I really like how they focalize the whole show pretty much in the center of the field the whole time, and so I'm not mad at the show. So I
kind of remind me of that.
That's what I was saying earlier. They literally took Pride's idea. And it's brilliant, though, because you're completely focused and dialed in on everything that's happening down there. Because you don't have to look on the outskirts or here, there. Everything is bam, right in the middle. And, who knows? Maybe I wouldn't call it rebuild, but maybe they got some younger ones. Who knows? But I think,
it could just be a young group.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think it could be just a combination thing. It's like, but it was just inevitable. Somebody is going to get good. and another group's gonna get good, and that's what happened. Another group got good, and SCV got good, and then they tapped them once, and and it's like, if anything, I think it would make me more excited. It's like, okay,
They,
we got something to push for,
yeah. And sometimes it's what you need. Like that battle between them and SCV, and that's probably not. I'm not saying BD and the SCV hate each other or anything like that, but that was probably personal. Like that probably had a little bit more edge to it,
just for the simple fact
they're from the same state. And now you got Mandarins that are like, wait, we want to be a part of this too. And they're starting to do some stuff. There's like, we got all of these little micro mini battles happening. You have Blue Coast and Boston and SEV. Like, I'm including SEV because SEV they went head to head at the Cab show, and SEV took some captions.
Visual,
yeah.
This is wild.
So that means they got enough. The content's there. It's a matter of, can they clean it? Kind of segue in just a little bit, but if you look at the top three, so let's look at Boston, Blue Coats, and SEV. And you can kind of, if we want to put BD in there, we could.
You can.
I think you have to. Yeah, I
think
you have to.
They're not too far behind.
Because if in theory, if you want to be kind of real, they're making all three of them say you better not blink.
That part.
Yes. Because the moment they
are hyper consistent.
The moment you do, if Blue Coast slack, if Boston slacks, if FCV slacks,
they're gonna get you. They're gonna get you in the caption, and all it takes is enough. You can, I think people gotta realize you can win a championship without winning a single caption. You don't have to win a caption. Blue Coast Drumline finished 3rd or 4th. SCV's Color Guard keep finishing outside of the top 5.
I think the last game, the last show, was the first time SCV's Color Guard showed light. And I think that's probably why they got visual. You go look, there's that Color Guard score jump. And I was like, okay. Somebody should have.
Either somebody got that butt, or there was some rewrites.
Both.
Yeah, probably both. Yeah, I was like, it's probably a little both.
Because come on now, SCV, don't do that.
Because when you get there, we talked about this. We used to talk about this all the time with Carolina Crayon back in the day when their percussion section was keeping them out from winning a title. And we, it's just like you get to a point to where like, you probably let it ride for like the first 2 or 3 weeks, but then like you get to a couple of shows and like, if this particular section has scored this much better, but then you gotta sit down and be like, hey, what are we doing here? Like, is there anything we can rewrite? Is there anything that we can clean? What
we talked about it on this podcast? We talked about it because remember the year they did it, and we was watching the show and they had the battery up front down on the 50 by the front of the front ensemble, and what did they do? They made them stand still. You remember they had all that body work in there, and they took all that out. They said, all I need you to do is focus and play. Don't move a muscle. It's like, that is crazy because they was on the edge. It's like you know how difficult it is to score so many perfect caption scores just so you can win because your battery is killing you.
It's killing me. So happy to see that they fixed it. Then so I'm sure some conversations have been had with the guard department at Vanguard. I think me and Chris, we watched the Cab show. We watched the tail end of the Atlanta show too. So, but when Boston got done, I said it's theirs to lose. It's going to depend on, can they finish. Apparently, they had, as of this recording, they put on a new ending tonight. So I'm going to have to go and watch it.
Yeah, so we knew that was coming. We could tell at that show.
but is it going to be enough? Like can they dominate music to where they could take an L in visual and an L in GE? Not that they will, but
it just has to be. It has to be. My idea for them is if they keep strong with music and guard, and they make everything else comparable enough. I think it's locked in for them. But
yeah, but that's the thing. I got to see how this guard stuff's going to turn out because Blue Coats have beat them head to head the last few times they've seen the guard. Or at least twice. I don't know about the time before. So, and I sit and I watch when I watched the shows this past weekend or this past Saturday. I was like, let me look around the field a little bit more, and because I like wins. I like the drill that they do, and every now and then a color guard thing will catch my eye. I'm like, oh, that was cool, but then I'll go back to the other stuff. So I tried to purposely watch both Blue Coats and Boston's guard a little bit more this past show, just to kind of see like, all right, what is Blue Coats doing to top Boston? And what am I missing from Boston? Because like I made the comment that I don't remember a flag freeze. Okay, and I just made a statement. I didn't say Boston ain't got no flags. They didn't pick up a flag now one time in the show. Like, that's complete garbage. I never said that. I was just like, I don't remember a flag freeze. They do pick up a flag, and they do use it. And I think the reason why, for me, their flags don't pop is the color. For me, like, my eyes muddle things up sometimes, and like, so when colors are very similar or get masked with the grass, I don't see it. And their flag works just as good as anybody else's, But that's not the stuff that I remember from them. It's all of the stunts and the tricks that they do, and it's crazy. And not that stunts are a bad thing. Like, it's people have been doing. Like, Boston show's got a lot of stunts in it. The whole mellophone feature, that's a stunt. The tuber feature, that's a stunt. All of the guard stuff with the rifles and the exchanges. I know someone know a little bit about guard. Those are things. That's stuff. If somebody wants to educate me on it, do you think that Blue is edging them out because their work is a little bit more musical?
I would say they have more phrases and more. You got little tiny. You got what is the thing that KMEA used to say this like it's like bands are doing more soloists instead of ensemble playing. So if you're doing that with Boston, you're going to get judged for that. But then that's the soloist. But if you're trying to get an entire ensemble to do this, you're going to get that more credit because that's more difficult. We're not saying that what you're doing isn't still difficult, but you got 30 guard people out there, and I need all these rifles and flags to go in the air at the same time. That's still difficult. That's more difficult than me seeing this soloist over here spin 2 rifles at the same time.
And that was the other thing that I noticed. And not that it's a bad thing. It's a design choice. They do a lot of ripples. They do a lot of ripples. So like that could be it. I don't know.
Because I
don't know if
I was just gonna say I think it's got to be in the content. I think Coates as a whole with their guard has more content, and they might be achieving it better. That would be my guess. Is what they have is just as difficult, and they might just be achieving it better than Boston right now because some of the other stuff Boston may have is so difficult. It's just not clean. And I'm at this point, I was like, it's one of those things. Is like if you think you can get it clean, okay, but if you can't,
Yeah, I think it's just you're just. I think it's just splitting hair preference and all that kind of stuff with those two groups. You know, I think it's just gonna. We just keep talking about it. It's just gonna come down to what that guard judge feels at that moment, and he's gonna put down a score on the piece of paper.
Yeah,
you know.
So but blue coach is going to be the GE factor, and can they close the gap a little bit with music? But it's going to be hard to because there's going to be a gap between percussion.
Speaking of that they're at the Cobbs. No, they're at Southeastern, weren't they?
Who? Blue coach?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the that little thing that they do, the Sun Lux thing with the percussion was a lot cleaner.
Yes,
at Southeastern Championships. I mean, it read a lot better this go around. So, which was cool to see. But once again, that's a stunt too. Remember that.
And that's the thing. It's somebody on my Facebook said. They like blue, but they can get tired of the tricks and licks. And I'm like, okay, I get it. I understand. I do. But, like I said, everybody's doing it. Like, everybody's got things that they like, that they're good at, that they do. And a lot of people are going back to their old, they pull out the old styles. Everybody's doing it this year. The blue coach just happened to be sound manipulation.
I think
I will always reiterate, it has to be great, because if it's not, it's live recording.
Yep.
I think people are not separating what they're doing with what they've heard over and over, and not realizing it's different on some level. You know what I mean? Like, we're not saying, because you can't say that the snare drum sound effect thing hasn't been done before. Like, I mean, Blue Knights did it, and it was one of the best
Blue Knights. I say Blue Knights did it.
Lost their minds with it, and it's not the same. And I don't think they know
because
that.
Blue Knights is doing vocal. Yeah, Blue Knights is vocoding. Blue Coach is taking sound from what the winds are doing and manipulating the rhythm with the drums on the opposite side of the field. It's
wild,
and that's the thing. And because sometimes it's like we get these ideas and stuff like that, but a lot of people just don't understand. It's like how the similarities of it and the complexities of it. It's like, if a lot of people don't want to have to be explained that to know the difference or see a difference, hear a difference, whatever. And because you gonna have to explain. It's just SEV last year when they started explaining the color guard with the bags on their stuff and all that stuff. Like, you had to explain that show, bro. And sometimes you just want to sit and watch. I get it, right? But that's my best guess. If they're saying that,
and I think that's everybody's appeal to fandom this year is, I don't have to think about what this is, and that works for a lot of people. But my Virgo brain,
I need to know what this is.
That wants to figure everything out. Why did you? And then you tell me, well, it's whatever you want it to be. Okay, then why did you do this? Like, I said, I leave that show with more questions than I do fulfillment. And like I said, that's the main thing. I don't hate what they're doing. They're playing, they're marching. Like, I watch the show, man, this is
because it's tough, man.
And I want to be like,
it's not a painting because it's tough. Because it's like you're telling me to make up my own show.
Yeah,
and bro,
and some people may get upset with that, saying,
like,
bro,
I didn't come here for that.
What the show's about.
Come here for all that. That sounds like work.
Yeah.
We are not at work right now. So like you are at work,
So
but no.
yeah. Because I mean, like, you can't deny what they're doing, and they're
They are.
scoring really well. They're doing really well. Like they beat SCV and some stuff the other
Mhm.
night head to head. But like that top four race, like you said, Boston can't slip. Don't slip. Like just finish the job. Blue, I'm gonna need if you're gonna win, you're gonna have to that last trick or something that you don't think they can do. I think there's something visually more that they can do. Like it'd be really cool somehow if, like I keep seeing, you remember their logo and the way that it hits the line and then it
Mhm.
disperses.
Mm-hmm.
If they could, I know that's a drill move and that's probably not going to change. But if there's something they do it a lot musically. I think for me, for Blue Coast, I would love to see that more visually,
Mm.
like that type of thing. So that's to me, that's the thing that Blue Coast is missing. Is just like that visual, that moment. BD, like I said, Kings of Consistency. Like if
I'm telling you.
somebody does
I'm
not
telling
bring
you.
their A game,
And they
they're gonna
gonna
melt.
BD's gonna
It's gonna happen.
will make the entire crowd pissed if these other three
I know that
don't
gap's
stay
wide.
on target, bro.
I know that gap's wide. I mean, Blue Coat's been thumping about two, but
It'd be that
you
day.
just can't.
It'd be that day and it'd be that
Count them
time.
out, man. You just can't do it. Crown and Phantom, which Phantom looks to be just
It's like they just
dominating them.
can't
But
catch them.
what do you? But it's brass. Like
Yeah,
I
they're
understand
brass.
it.
folks are beating them in like.
I'm
I don't
trying
have
to.
time of the day to talk
I don't
and figure out
know.
that
I
because
don't
I
either.
don't get it.
And I'm
I don't
trying to
get it.
figure out if they're saying
I'm listening.
are people saying that Crown's visual drill and stuff ain't hard?
I don't.
To
Well,
me,
compared to ... You see what I'm saying?
I don't know. From it just feels I'm not. Maybe if I really critically analyze
Let's
everybody,
talk.
I would say it feels like that they
Yeah,
have they're doing it the cleanest.
yeah.
I agree with you on that.
Here's a thought, and this is where big props can be this misnomer to you, and I think Blue Coast kind of runs across this too. Is when you got a lot of stuff on the field, there's only so much you can type of do. Boston has a wide open
Mm-hmm.
canvas. They can do
Mm-hmm.
all of this stuff and do what it needs to do.
SCV.
SCV,
Mm-hmm.
wide open canvas. Now, Boston shrinks their canvas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they frame it, but they still use it, and they still can do all of it. Like the props don't get in the way.
I think Crown's
Like the
props might
props
be
don't
hurting
keep
them.
them from.
I don't
That's
think
what I'm saying.
they
Like,
almost are useless.
and I think when people talk about props and they say they don't like props, I think that's what they don't like. The props that they don't feel like have a purpose. They just there.
Because I
They
ain't
just
saying they're
there.
not using them.
And like,
Because they're on top of them, pushing them around, obviously, and all that. But at the same time, it's like, did y'all need it?
What does
Did
it
y'all
add to
need
the
it?
show?
mhm.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now my eye just follows whatever's moving. So like the drill moves
Yeah,
plenty enough
they
for
move.
me, but if you're looking at the whole field and then you just see these scattered
Rando
props,
stuff.
then you're like, and then like the color scheme all kind of
Mm-hmm.
for me all kind of just kind of mixes together. Maybe things come across a little cluttered up top
It's a possibility.
to the audience. So I don't, because that's another thing too. Like if it's out there, it's getting scored. So like, so trust that like if a group just has big props out there, and they're not using them right or it doesn't serve a purpose, they're not getting credit for it. High school band directors, especially young ones,
Please listen.
if you have just because you have a big old prop out there doesn't mean it's going
I
to get you
promise
extra
you.
points.
And it
Like,
Not
might
anymore.
hurt you.
Not these day and
anymore.
age.
It
Yeah,
might
and it
hurt
might
you.
hurt you because I know for WGI, when you design a floor, if you design a floor that looks like you're going to use it in some type of capacity,
You better do
better
it.
use it.
I promise you. Don't put no kind of design on that joint, and don't boy.
That you don't intend to use and
Your
represent.
floor look like a
If you don't
checkerboard. You
use
ain't
it,
playing checkers. Hello.
hey,
And
are you sneaking in
54.
on us or something?
It's like, that sounds kind of similar to something.
I know, but so I mean, there could be a lot of different reasons because so I don't know, man. I don't because when I listened to it at opening weekend, I was like,
It is. It
Me
is.
too. Mm-hmm.
Like like between that's for me the top 5. I thought was after listening to everybody like the first couple of weeks, like, this top 5 is gonna be nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, I really don't know what's gonna happen. And I think this is gonna sound weird to say, but I think just the sophistication of what Boston and Bluecoats are doing and SEV are doing is something else.
Mm-hmm.
It's something else. So I think Mariners on the island. If Carolina Crown might end up being on the island by themselves.
It's possible.
I still think I think them and Phantom still have. I don't know. Phantom they've been slowly putting some distance between them, but
I mean,
I don't know, man. Like the Carolina Crown show is an enigma to me. I just don't. I don't understand
because it's almost like
what's not translating.
They've not giving them credit for nothing.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I'm
not taking anything away from Mandarins or anything at all, but like Mandarin's been beating them in brass. Like, what's going on? Like, I don't like how we finally, like we've been talking about, they finally people just caught up.
But it's more than
like,
that.
I mean, and just
but it's almost like you're saying like they can't play. Like, ain't no way.
Yeah.
And I'm still a little fickle about them, Crowns and Phantom in this percussion, but I won't bring it here right now.
Y'all need to do a perk talk and shell that out.
But it's just little stuff like that. It's like, what is it, man? Y'all just don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't make Crown pull a SEV in this moment. Just
take a year off.
How SEV came out in finals, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
That was the thing. That happened last year.
Sure did.
Like Jesus. I mean, I think Blue Stars is solidly 8th. I think Cavies are solidly 9th. I think Troopers are solidly 10th. Like, I don't think anything else
is gonna move.
Is gonna change. I think
you're only
basically 7 through 12 is like 13, 14 seems to be having a little Spirit's trying to make a final push, trying to take the bridesmaid title away from Madison.
Mm-hmm.
Watch it.
I was going to say, I'm wondering if you can count that because of that score that day. Because I don't know if you can. Because I'm being in the future right now because Scouts has scored 83. So I'm wondering if by the time they do get back together, everybody's going at it again. I just hope
Boston still didn't make it 95.
They still ain't 94-75. I hope Scouts can just hold on to that slot. Keep pushing, boys and girls. Keep pushing.
So, I don't know. There's that top. Watch the top 5. Lots of things to listen and watch for, and people aren't done yet. You're going to see some small tweaks continuing to happen for groups just trying to get that edge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a medal's a big thing.
Oh, nowadays, absolutely.
A big thing. So if you think you got a shot to get one, you're going to do everything in your power to make sure that happens. You know, cutting this far, might as well go for it. So, sure to watch. Allentown. Watch it. Good.
Especially the Friday one. I think the Friday one got a little bit of more stuff going on with that. Got Phantom and BD together. So that'd be interesting to see where that matchup is. So,
Is it Blue and
Yeah, Blue Coast there.
Blue in them?
yeah, so it's Coach, BD, Phantom, Blue Stars, Colts, Blue Knights, Troopers, Pacific Crest, Music City, and Seattle. And Spartans. They're there too.
So it would have been cool to see Blue Coast against SCV.
Mm-hmm.
Just to see what that gap is.
It's almost like we had a Southeastern Championship where everyone could go to. We could see the crap.
Just gotta figure out they had one. These people just didn't go. You gotta figure out why they didn't want to go. That's what you got. That's the question you gotta ask. They everybody saw it on the schedule.
I know. I can still be pissed about it.
Do you think they was like, all right, I'm gonna make Boston go to the Cab? Come on.
It's all scripted. It's scripted.
Come on. Oh, don't get that started. That'd be the only part. That'd be the only part that somebody will hear.
Right.
Like, going back answer is scripted. No, see, there's an hour more of this podcast.
Right. You heard the last 30 seconds. Congratulations.
Yeah, that. We didn't even do an Opus clips with that. So where do you get that from? So yeah. So Full March has got a few shows happening throughout the week, and then of course they'll have Allentown on Friday and Saturday night. The split. So make sure you catch those shows. And I mean, yeah, this is the great time to speculate. I mean, lots of stuff. So let us know, like, who you got right now, or who you rooting for, or what do you think's happening with all this stuff, or lots to talk about. We got plenty of discussion. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can also listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Trying to get to 500 subs so you can get that merch. All right, and I will actually get the shirt off of William's back too that he's wearing right now.
First of all,
it will deliver to you shirt.
Wow, hey.
But you can. I mean, shameless plug. You can buy that
yes,
t-shirt.
You can, sir.
Yes, you can. Website. You can.
123fourdownbeat.com.
Straight up. Go.
It's got merchandise there. It also has shows and stuff that me and Will, but more so Will. It's his website. He just let me put.
I'll say you on there a lot.
But we got marching band shows, concert thing and stuff, concert ensemble stuff. And, got a team of designers.
I do color guard edits.
Yeah, color guard edits. He's done edits for a lot of groups, WGI groups and stuff. So, if you want something that's out of the norm, because we definitely different.
Yes, I'm trying to tell you. hey, some metal's been won with them joints. That's all I'm saying.
True that. Like, I'm getting ready to get off here and continue to arrange Metallica.
Yeah.
Let's go.
For a group. Yeah, it's happening. So yeah.
I got one more thing.
What's one more thing?
I just want to say.
Oh yeah. Well, never mind.
Yeah. No, you're good. Thank you all for that's been with us since episode 1.
Yeah.
OGs.
We're 100 in. It's been fun.
Yeah. I think this is 100 in. Perks got like 50 something plus.
Somewhere around there. So that's where my head was saying.
Yeah, it's around. Yeah. Yep.
That and then our reacts. We haven't done a lot of reacts here recently, but like
apparently they're not real reacts.
Got some vlogs. I still need to upload the vlog from March.
I still gotta upload the other DCI
Oh yeah,
All
we got
Stars
DCI All
episode.
Stars.
We got all kinds of stuff, man. So,
But nah, thanks for kicking it with us. I know, like I said, there's lots of different folks that you can watch, and for those that kind of stick with us and watch us, we appreciate it. And we don't get jealous when you watch somebody else too.
no,
It's a different perspective, man.
we want everyone to be successful.
Yeah. So just blessed to be able to do this, kick it with my homies once a week, and talk shop. So that's what it's about for us. So thank you guys for stringing in that with us. And we're gonna do it to the wheels fall or YouTube kick us off for being stupid.
Right.
Whichever comes first. But yeah. So for Will and Chris and Zach, who is in the woods, be careful. Please stay cool. Drink water, bring an umbrella, wear a hat, get a cooling towel, do something. This heat is no joke.
No, it is not.
So please take care of yourselves out there. Wear sunscreen, all that good jazz. Because we want to see you back at the next episode. Next was a big one. Predictions.
Oh, buddy.
And then the cruise headed to India.
Be up there.
So holler at us if you plan on going. It's going to be fun. Yay, fun. All right. For that, Will, Chris, my name's Sid. There's been another episode 100 of On the Back Pass. Thank you all. Yeah, right. I if I had a thought about it and pre-planned that, we do so much research before we do these things, I would have had some to play for this, but I don't. So that's all
you get me.
You get one shot in a moment.
And canceled. All right.
All right, guys. We are dut
out.
100.
Yeah.